there and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing a bit of dibble dabbling upon my eyelids. We're going to be testing out another DELANCI eyeshadow palette. I was very kindly sent 2 eyeshadow palettes by DELANCI. I recently did a first impression on the Nocturne palette. I will link my review of this in the description just in case you've not seen it and you're interested. This was a faultless palette. Like, I can only say good things about it. There's no criticisms whatsoever that I had of this palette. Definitely a wonderful first kind of it was a great first palette to test from DELANCI. They sent me another one. This is like the little sister of the Nocturne palette. This one is the, oh, I was thinking what's going on? I couldn't see the text for a minute there. But this one is the Tender Night palette. It looks like it's the little sister of the Nocturne. So it is smaller, but it does contain 16 eyeshadows. You have a mix of mattes and shimmers. But it does look like there's kind of predominantly like shimmers in this palette. You've got like 4 or 5 mattes and then the rest are beautiful looking shimmers. This palette looks sensational, colourful, and my vagina is very excited right now, to say the least. So today I'm just going to be swatching these and I'm going to be doing a bit of a look on my eyes as usual. There's 2 shadows in here that are really just calling out to my vagina. Like literally my vagina has a huge part of my makeup, as you can tell, but it's these 2 here. They just look beautiful. The camera's not really like doing them any justice, but they're like dewy chromy like sensations. Okay, so let's get straight to the swatching and then we can move on to the eye look. Just to let you know, this palette costs £16 on Amazon and £17 on AliExpress. Also with the Nocturne palette, this one was I think £16 on Amazon and £15 on AliExpress. So this is actually cheaper than this, which is much smaller. But I would definitely recommend that you purchase from Amazon. Even though it's like £1 more expensive, the palette will get to you a lot quicker. We all know and love AliExpress, but god fecking damn, the delivery times can be so frustrating. So I definitely recommend that you purchase from Amazon, especially if you're an impatient makeup buyer like me. Okay, so let's do some swatches. Okay, so I'm going to start with this light kind of pearly shade. Okay, so wow, it looks kind of very intense, kind of like highlighter intense, but it does also feel a bit chunky. I don't know if that's because like maybe I really put my finger in there, but this one is fresh. No, I'm probably not going to read all the names out because it doesn't really matter, does it? But I'm going to try not to talk too much as well. Okay, oh my gosh, guys, look at this. Guys, this will be a sensational highlight if you're into this kind of very like pearly kind of highlight. I think you would love it. Okay, next we're going to go in with Peach Smoothie. Oh my gosh, these are so soft. They almost feel a bit creamy. I'm going to just do these 3. Okay, so there they are, looking fabulous. Oh, excuse me, sir, what a letdown. I didn't really like that one. It was kind of chunky and oh my gosh, that one's beautiful. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go in with the pink, the purple, and then the other purple. Oh my gosh, look at those on my fingers. This one in the middle. Which one was that? I don't know, but it's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, like I love it. Let's swatch these bad boys. Oh my gosh, look at that. And there we what? Oh my gosh. I was thinking, what a shit shade. It was because I was swatching like the non-existent eyeshadow on my finger. Okay, anyway, guys. By the way, I do just say this in every video. By the way, that was beautiful. But I just want to like reiterate the fact that swatches, you know, can't be trusted. They don't really mean a whole lot. I don't need to go on. Like I say this in every single video where I'm swatching, but you know and I know that I think swatches give you a really good idea of the shade, but not necessarily the formula. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, so next we're going to go in with this shade, which is the one that I was kind of drawn to. And I'm going to go in with this one. Okay, so these... Okay, look. Okay, so these look just amazing. Like, these are my perfect kind of shades. I just love the duochrome. I'm all about that. Okay, so, oh my gosh. Okay, so that doesn't look like much, but I feel like it maybe isn't quite what I was expecting, but still, you know, swatches can't be trusted. Okay, so what I'm noticing just from like putting my fingers into the pans, I feel like these could potentially be a bit chunky. Obviously that, you know, I'm swatching them on my fingers, and it's a completely different process, you know, when you actually put them on your eyes, but just an observation. Okay, so there are those three. Okay, so we have the final four. This one, you know, I'm just loving because it's duochrome and it's super metallic and I just can't get enough. Okay. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. I'm going to swatch the black just there. Oh my gosh, that is a pretty bomb diggity black. Like, literally, sorry, but I've kind of cut my head off here. I've got my camera at a weird angle. Okay, and there we go. That reminds me of the Modern Renaissance by ABH, just because it's identical to a shade in there. Okay, so guys, we have done the swatching. Here they are in all their glory. I think this purple is just so eye-catching and beautiful. I am really intrigued with the duochrome shade, so I'm definitely going to be using one of those on my lid today. First, we're going to go in with, I think I'm going to go in with Peach Smoothie, which is this kind of light camel-y kind of shade. Just dip back in and I am going in again. And I'm just kind of taking this all up in the crease. Okay, so feel like that maybe isn't the most pigmented shade in the world. However, I feel like it's a super light shade. So we are going to move on to Coco Bear, which is this one just here. So we're almost out of mattes, like, because we only have like these two, and we've got the red, we've got the black. Is that it? Oh yeah, we've only got 4 mattes to work with. So, okay, right, I guess I better build up a little bit more Coco Bear. I'm just struggling a little bit, you know, to find any mattes. I feel like if you put like the red shade or the black shade in, it's gonna, like, I don't know, really give you an intense look. And I don't know if I want like a super intense look today. Shall we move on to shimmers? Because I mean, this palette is predominantly shimmers. Doesn't it look beautiful? I just think it looks beautiful with the light coming in. Okay, anyway, right, we're going to, like, I was really drawn to this particular shade here that's looking quite green in the camera, but from my angle it looks purple. I'm gonna go in with my finger. And I'm just going to, oh my gosh, look at that, guys. I feel like it's a bit sheer. Like, it's very sheer. It's very sheer, guys. I'm going to just pop a little bit more on. I mean, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Like, and it's got that duochrome, like, shifty look to it, but I just feel like it's a bit sheer. So I feel like let's go in with another shade. I'm going to go in with this beautiful, like, Barbie pink. There it, oh, look at that on my finger. I just think it looks so beautiful. Okay, let's pop it on. Okay, so I definitely feel like that one has more in the way of just stuff going on your eyes, like, and I like it. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Fix Plus. I almost sprayed this right at the camera then. What a faux pas that would have been. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in with a wet brush back into the beautiful pink shade, and I'm just gonna see if this kind of amplifies it up a little bit. I do think it looks pretty on the eye, but I also feel like we could get a little more from it. Okay, I feel like my brush wasn't wet then. I think I completely missed my brush because I was just not wanting to spray the camera. So if I just go bop, bop, right, I put way too much on like that time. Done. Okay, so that definitely looks like it's, you know, smoothed out the eyeshadow a little bit. Oh, look at that, guys. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I wanted, and we've got it. I feel like on this, you know, outer vagina area, I am just going to put another shade because I just want to see, you know, I just want to see what we can get from the palette. So I'm going to go in with, I think, this purpley shade. Okay, so they are a little bit chunky. Can you see that there? Oh my gosh, like literally, I think I put way too much on my brush, so like way too much. So I've done a bit of an ombre with the pink and then the purple, and I don't feel like it's not like a very obvious ombre, if that makes sense, because I think the two shades are quite similar, so I think they complement each other really well. I feel like I want to do like a blue on the inner corner, you know, just kind of coming out. So I'm going to go in with this shade here, which looks to be like a duochrome kind of situation, and I'm just going to pop this on the inner vagina. Okay, so there we go. I just feel like I need a little bit more pink. I'm just going to pop more pink on. I really want that pink to be just a little bit more pink, you know, in the middle, to just bring those other two shades together. Okay, so I feel like it really complements my hair. So I'm going to go and repeat to what I've done on this side, over on this side, and I will be back. Okay, so I have finished my look. I did go ahead and do a little, I did a wing. I did a wing. I didn't think I was going to do one. I was all nervous. I didn't want to feck up the look, but I just took a deep breath and I said, Anwen, you got this. Let's do it. And there we go. It's not terrible. I'm definitely getting better, aren't I? I don't think I'm going to win any awards anytime soon for wing of the year or anything, but it's getting there. I'd leave the house with this wing. But anyway, so here are my thoughts on the palette. Do I think it could benefit from having more mattes in there? Yes. Literally, I think that's probably the main criticism of the palette, is just the fact that I think there's maybe too many shimmers, and it would have been good to have had maybe one or two more mattes in, neutral tone mattes, or even not neutral tone, pink matte, a purple matte, just so that you would have a little bit more variation of looks that you could do within the palette. You've got a lot of shimmers, particularly brightly coloured shimmers. I think it can really help when you've got more neutral matte tones. I don't know why. I could be wrong, but that's maybe just a personal preference. However, saying that, I do think the look turned out really, really nicely. Although I would have loved to have had maybe just a slightly deeper cool tone brown that I could have really just ran through my crease just to add a little bit of dimension, or even a matte pink or a matte purple, just something that I could have just put in my crease just to make the look a slight bit more dramatic. I feel like the black and this kind of reddy magenta shade fit in the palette. I just think it would have benefited so much more from a matte purple or a matte pink or a cool tone brown, or even a chocolate brown. Really, they're just my views on it. I just feel like you are going to need a partner palette when using this, and that's fine. There's no problem whatsoever in partnering with your palettes and doing a little bit of a palette collab. Looking at this as a cohesive palette, it's just something that I have to mention. I definitely prefer the Nocturne palette. That would definitely be my choice if I could only pick the two, and also it's slightly cheaper. I do feel like this palette, if you look at the two palettes side by side, I just feel like you're going to get so much more in the way of you know, looks with this palette than you would do with this palette. However, saying that, if you're a huge fan of shimmers and you don't really use mattes, then this would definitely be the palette for you. It's just like a subjective situation, but my thoughts are that I definitely think the Nocturne is a better bargain. I just think you get a lot more out of it. But anyway, guys, I am going to go. I hope that you enjoyed this first impression. I hope that it was somewhat useful to you if you were thinking of buying the Tender Night palette or the Nocturne palette. I want to say thank you so much to DELANCI for sending me the palette. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, thank you so much for making the video possible. Just one last glance at the look. I think it's really complimenting my hair right now, and I do really like it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with more.